my name's Jordan Shear. This is my second MicroConf, and it's a really great conference. Everyone so far has been really great. So last year and this year, everyone's talking about how they're selling software to businesses, and nobody really tells you about how to sell software to consumers. And there's many reasons why. Everyone will just say, though, just don't do it. And I'm here to tell you why today and how you can and get past that. So we're going to overcome some of these consequences. So a little bit about me. My name's Jordan Shear. I build minimal readers, an RSS feed reader, and I sell it to consumers, and I make pretty good money at it, selling it to consumers. So why should you listen to me? So about 6 years ago, I started selling software to consumers. It was actually a really neat little app. I was in my last year of college. And I really wanted to explore some new technology things and really get into learning how to market online and sell online. But here's the thing. So I sell software to consumers. That's a really big deal because a lot of people try to stay away from that. It's a plague, right? So let me tell you about my first product. Selling to consumers. It was a one-time purchase, downloadable, non-recurring revenue, Windows only. And it was shareware. Yes, we used the term shareware on the marketing site when we launched it. It was a to-do app. Yes, I made money making a to-do app. That's crazy. So, but apparently, these are the 5 deadly sins of MicroConf, and it makes me a masochist, right? It's really hard to sell software to consumers. But I was able to quit my job last year, and allowed me to pursue new activities, and Google Reader was shutting down. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go sell software to consumers. What? That doesn't make any sense. So anybody out in the audience who sells software to businesses? Raise your hand. Does anybody sell software to consumers? Keep your hands up. Okay, not bad. Anybody want to sell software to consumers? Oh, hey, all right, that's pretty good. So at this point, I just want to take a little intermission. I don't have any kids, so here's a picture of some cats. And you can infer what you want on that. Anyway, so selling to consumers is like selling to a crowd, right? They're best reached if you're yelling at them, and they have this mob mentality, the kind of flock, where the rest of the crowd is flocking. So what's so bad about selling software to consumers? Everyone will just say, just don't do it. But here's why. Consumers don't know that they have a problem. It's crazy. They don't know that they have a problem, or they don't want to admit that they have a problem. And because of this, they aren't looking for a solution. So this is why broadcast medium kind of really works well, advertising like on TV, is because there's a whole bunch of people sitting at home on the couch, not really, just eating some potato chips, and they don't really know they have a problem, and then they start saying, oh, I hear this commercial, and here's the symptoms, and oh, I have that problem, and here's the solution. Go to your doctor and get this pill and take it and have really kind of take that problem and nip it in the bud. So when you're selling software to consumers, the first goal, the first step that you have to take is you have to find a way to reach them. And broadcast medium worked great with that when you're selling something like a little product or something like that on TV, but you really need to figure out a way to reach them online, and a lot of people aren't looking for the solution online. So you need to be able to develop an audience around where you can actually get in touch with them, kind of teach them that they have a problem, because that's the next step. You have to be able to teach them that, 1, they have the problem, 2, that you have a solution to that problem, and 3, that they should pay you for that problem. And then, after that, you want to be able to teach them that other people they know might have that problem, and other people they know might want a solution to that problem, and then the cycle keeps going and going and going. You kind of build this virality into your audience. But here's the real thing. Customers don't want to pay you every month. So recurring revenue is great, but they don't want to shell out cash every month. But here's the real fact. They don't want to pay you at all. At all. So how do you take this, the problem that the market doesn't want to pay you? I know. We're going to make our app free. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You need a way to actually bring revenue into your business, and so you're not selling anything if you're giving everything away for free. So the next, hey, we're going to put a bunch of ads on it, right? But the thing with ads is that you have to have a large enough audience to actually capitalize on selling those ads. And then you actually have to have an ad network that works for you. So the first part is actually reaching that audience and getting them in your product. And it's free, so they can use it as much as they want. And then slap a bunch of ads on it and kind of try to figure that out. So let's go back to free. We're just going to make it a freemium product. We're going to give a whole bunch of stuff away for free. We've got a nice little premium app plan on there, and we're going to try to upsell everyone to that. But the problem with that is that you really have to convert a lot of people from free to pay to actually make any money, because consumers don't want to pay you anything. I also lean towards free trials because I have a paid plan on my product, and I give away a 7-day free trial. You can use it as much as you want, and if you like it, you keep it. If not, you go away. But here's the thing, is it's good to have a source of revenue. So it's really good to actually figure out a way that you can monetize a consumer audience. But the thing is they don't want to pay you. So try to figure out, is it ads that works best for this market? Is it a freemium product that works best for this market, and kind of being able to reach them and upsell them into a premium plan? Or does a free trial work better for you? The next thing is that consumers are price sensitive. Really price sensitive, because they don't want to pay you at all. But here's the thing. So a lifetime value of a consumer that's really price sensitive is actually really small, because they don't want to pay you a lot of money. And then with that, you don't have a large enough margin to actually focus on any kind of paid acquisition to kind of bring people into your app. So you're kind of really stuck in this conundrum. Again, consumers don't want to pay you at all. Now here's an actual quote from someone who sent me. I would never pay you $4, but I might be convinced to pay you $2. That's ridiculous, ridiculous. Now here's one that hits a little more closer to home. While $4 isn't much, it's $3 more than I'm willing to spend. Are you kidding me? So what they're really saying is I'm not willing to pay you $4 or $3 or $2 because you haven't sold me on this yet. Because they can't see the problem. They don't know they have the problem. They can't see the problem. So you have to be able and be communicating to them of this problem and kind of really making them realize, oh shit, I have this problem. So remember, they don't, well, and because of that, they don't value your solution. They don't know they have the problem, so they don't value the solution you're offering because they don't have the problem. I don't have the problem, I'm not going to pay anything for it. So you really have to show versus tell. Show them that they have the problem, show them the solution, show them everything. You have to be really, really, really clear on this is what you're getting and this is why you need it and this is why you need to buy it today, versus just telling them about all these features and benefits and et cetera, et cetera. And the next thing is consumers spend very little money on software, with a couple of exceptions. There are people in the audience that have consumer software business. They know that there are a couple of exceptions. The two that I think are pretty interesting right now is that unless it's entertainment, someone will actually pay for Spotify. They'll pay for a subscription service to funny videos online, etc. Or unless it's mobile. So that's games, music, videos, apps, anything that can be bought in an in-app purchase. It's an entertainment product, and consumers really resonate with that. So raise your hand if anybody here knows Candy Crush on the iPhone. Okay, how many of you have actually purchased? Okay, that's great. So King Digital makes $1.5 million in profit. That seems pretty low. It's actually per day. Yeah, it's an entertainment product. It's a consumer market. They can make that money because it focuses on that consumer mentality that I want something fun, I want to feel good about it, and it kind of has this gamification of actually going to the next level, and everyone wants to be Superman, so we move on. But this is actually what you get when you are King Digital. You actually get Scrooge McDuck diving into a nice big pool of money. So the next thing is actually consumers are fuzzy creatures with feelings. So if you think about a business and selling to a business, what do you think about? It's corporate headquarters, offices, glass and steel and concrete, right? Consumers are wetware. We have feelings. We purchase something not because it actually provides us value, it's because it makes us feel good inside. And that's what your product needs to strive to be. Your product makes me feel better about myself. And if the product doesn't make you feel good, or if it doesn't make the consumer feel good, you're going to have a lot of buyer's remorse after they actually make that purchase, which means they aren't going to be happy. They're going to be nagging you to death, emailing you all the time, and you're going to have really, really high support. So your consumer product needs to be able to make them feel comfortable during the sales process. It needs to be predictable. You can't surprise them. It needs to make them feel safe and secure. But ultimately, it needs to make them feel badass. And that's been talked about many times. But the real thing is you're a car salesman and you're selling this really pimped out, stretched minivan to these consumers. But here's the thing. You can succeed selling software to consumers, but prepare to work harder. It is really hard to sell. It's really hard to get that audience large enough to actually make money. Because they're price sensitive, the consumers are actually not giving you any, like, a high enough margin to go and actually, do paid acquisition, all this stuff. You have to work really hard. That's a lot of boots on the ground, going out and really, just like attacking that market. Everything needs to be larger to actually make the numbers work. But here's the thing. To avoid a free product, right? You actually should be making some kind of revenue when you want to be in business. But also avoid experimental business models. There are some proven things that work when selling software to consumers, and that's the freemium, the free trials, etc. But that is really dependent on the market that you're actually targeting, and that's because and you should be targeting an audience that can sell for you. There's a lot of people that if you're purchasing on King Digital, right, the Candy Crush game. You make the purchase and you post to your Facebook that you've gotten to level 5,000 and you're moving on up into this high-ranking world of Candy Crush. And it's this nice little viral nature that actually kind of brings new people in because they want to be a part of your club. You want to sell at the highest possible price, which is really small because you're selling to consumers. They're very price sensitive. So you should keep your costs really low. And that's a problem that I have with my product is it has a really high infrastructure cost, so my margins are actually really small. So I need a lot of people coming in my funnel to actually make any money. And if you can build entertainment into your product, or actually build an entertainment product, it makes things a little bit easier. And if you could automate everything, because these consumers are fuzzy creatures that have feelings, they may have a little bit of larger support burden. So automating as much of the onboarding as possible and the support as possible can really make things a little bit easier. And be available to handhold when you need to. Consumers are you and me, right? We don't want to feel like it's just a business that's taking our money. We need to be able to feel comfortable with who we're dealing with. But the final thing is you shouldn't ignore business-to-business opportunities. A lot of companies started with a consumer product and are actually moving more towards an enterprise or business setting. And there are a couple of prime examples, Dropbox being one of them just a couple days ago, releasing a more business-focused section of their product. But ultimately, if you follow some simple rules and work really hard and make things that people like and talk about and sell for you, you can profit and be like Scrooge.